Hello again, it's Joey John Maguire. I'm in one of my favourite local Fulham Broadway watering holes owned by a friend of mine, Brennan. It's the Broadway Bar. That's in Fulham Broadway, Fulham Road, London, SW6, United Kingdom. I'm about to recite my latest poem, done in the early hours of this morning. Almost finished my latest book too, which is, if you can see it, let's get it, in Clifton's Eyes. There's Clifton's Eyes. Right at the end of the book now. So maybe one more poem too, maybe, and that'll all be done. Write a poem about a book about every 2 months, sometimes less. Poem every other day, basically, every 2 or 3 days. Anyway, this one's called The Cruel Whip of Bureaucracy, and I've had plenty of that, believe me, over the years since being ill. Anyway, The Cruel Whip of Bureaucracy. You gave me a freedom pass, like the key to the city, and how humbled I felt after so long in the waiting. You had finally recognized my plight. For a while, my low self-esteem was uplifted from the doldrums of purgatory, leaving me to almost feel whole again, my sense of belonging restored somewhat, along with a slice of my pride. I should have known better than to drop my trust barriers, for it wasn't long before the cruel whip of bureaucracy stung my senses back into reality, when without prior warning you took what you had given away, without explanation, plunging me into despair, my confidence shattered once again, another clerical crime to add to my very long list of bureaucratic meltdowns. How cruel of you to tease so mercilessly, allowing me to climb over the edge of the precipice, only to push me back over the edge before I had time to rise from my knees, and once again I found myself tumbling, my life cascading into a bottomless abyss, back into the vacuous room of echoes which had long been my home, where I lived alone. The horrors of my past took little time to burst the temporary dam that held them back, the nightmares bringing with them a flood of memories to haunt me with a vengeance more daunting than I'd ever experienced before. Like a rag doll, limp and tattered, I succumbed, exhausted mentally to the point of almost not living. The heart attacks had weakened my resolve, my body riddled, creaking with arthritic agony, my mind corrupted by the cumulative stresses of trauma and a murderous intent of another, leaving me vulnerable, overcome with helplessness, not knowing what would become of me. Would I climb back again? And why would I even want to? I chose that moment to shave my head again, to reveal the ugly scars of my torment, the only proof I had in my possession that could bear visible testament to my sufferings, my very own freedom pass that no one could ever take away. I was given the scars by a madman armed with an axe on a cold winter's night that I shall forever remember. That's when I became a survivor, with my scars becoming a beacon to all, a visual statement that for Joey John Maguire there would never be a mountain that couldn't be climbed. A little story about me and some of the escapades in my life in poetic fashion.